Good afternoon. It's Melissa, Mother Lover for Life, 100%, coming to you from my apartment. I decided to do it indoors today. It's a little bit windy out there, and I didn't want my cards blown away, and then I just knocked them off the table. So I'm going to go grab those. I hope all of you are focusing on having a good day. And today I'll be doing the Sacred Path cards again. And I'm going to choose the Grandfather Sun and Grandmother Moon, Grandmother Moon spread. And the Grandfather Sun and Grandmother Moon spread, we're looking for the balanced nature of our male and female sides. Both aspects of our personality allow us to draw upon the strength of the male and female characteristics that will allow us to be balanced in all life situations. We must acknowledge that it does not make any difference what gender our bodies are or what sexual preference we have. All life forms have three aspects: male, female, and divine. By attuning ourselves to the needs of our male and female sides, we can recognize our inner desires or conflicts and then work towards healing the parts of self that need assistance. From that balanced self, we may then seek alignment with Great Mystery's divine energy. So I'm going to go ahead and shuffle these cards and go ahead and get started and see what Great Mystery and Great Spirit have to share with me as a message and all of you for a daily teaching and a positive focus. I'm getting started a little bit later today, but that's okay. I'm doing it. That's the main thing. I'm trying to get back into doing them every day, but, things come up, so trying to dedicate myself to doing at least one of these a day, whether, even if I don't record it, at least I'm doing it. So the first card represents the lesson your male side is learning now. So let's see what the masculine side of me is learning now. I know Leo is a masculine energy, even though I am female. Okay. Now that I have a little desk here, I think I'm going to fan them out and choose them that way. This is the first time I've done them indoors, so okay. Oops, excuse me. Okay, so there we go. And I'm going to draw 5 cards. And the 5th card is the assistance I'll be receiving from the grandmothers and grandfathers while I'm learning these lessons. So that's a good. I'm open to receiving gifts from the ancestors and continue walking the spiritual path. Sometimes it's really challenging, but I'm doing my best, just like everybody else. So here we go. We got 1, 2. Lay them out like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is how they have them laid out. So this is Grandfather Sun, Grandmother Moon, male challenge, female challenge, and then this is the gift from the ancestors. So, excuse me, Grandfather Sun is viewpoints and options, the talking stick. And this is what that card looks like. That's what the masculine side is learning now. It's the lesson the male side is learning now. So 15. talking stick remind me of each sacred point of view, complete within the circle of the sacred hoop. The talking stick is the tool that teaches each of us to honor the sacred point of view of every living creature. In counsel, if we listen to the wisdom and teaching of others, we can then broaden our understanding and relate in a new manner to others. It's been said that the great wheel of life has many spokes and that each of us will stand on every spoke at one time or another. The lessons we will learn on each spoke bring us closer to the wholeness and harmony. Disdain for those who have not learned these lessons will not serve in bringing harmony. The talking stick reminds us of the validity of other viewpoints and teaches us how to listen and apply what we hear. We are being reminded not to interrupt others who are imparting wisdom. We are taught through listening that life has millions of options and answers to any dilemma. If the talking stick has appeared in your spread, you are probably not allowing yourself any options in your present situation, or have become too stuck in on one idea to see further than your self-created tunnel. Open up and listen to the opportunities that the talking stick says are coming your way. Remember, all life signals and or options are available to those who will hear. You are being given an opportunity to grow through an alternative route. Use this gift now. So that's what I'm trying to do, is grow through an alternative route, and I am trying to use this gift now. This is the gift that I'm using, and I'm trying to become a better listener. That has been one of my challenges. I used to listen really well. I think sometimes I just shut down when other people are trying to force their viewpoints on me. And, you know, in order to be balanced, I have to be considerate of other people's viewpoints and options and know that I have a right to my own viewpoints and options. So that is the lesson on the male side, is learning now. The second card is the lesson your female side is learning now. Rhythm, timing, internal drum. So 32, this is the female lesson. Drum that marks the heartbeat of our Mother Earth, constantly reminding us of who gave us birth. The rhythm of connection, pulse of flame and fire, the perfect reflection of my heart's desire. So the drum came to the children of Earth during the Second World, which was the first ice age. The drum gave a low resonant sound that built the energy to a heightened state of frenzy as the stories of the victorious hunts were acted out before the fire. When a sense of nurturing connection to the Earth Mother is strong in a person, the trust factor is present, and that person has a better chance of successful journeying. Native Americans have always lived in harmony with Earth Mother, as have tribal peoples of the other four races. The sense of belonging to the earth and being of the earth is a natural way, and it has enabled the medicine people to see other worlds with ease. The stress factor is not present in the bodies of those using the Earth Mother's heartbeat for sustenance while their spirit journeys through parallel universes. So if the talking drum has spoken to you, you're being asked to find your own internal timing. You may be pushing too hard or missing a beat. In any case, being out of sync calls for realignment with the body's needs. Rhythm is a personal thing. To honor your own rhythm is to come back into harmony with the self. From this point of personal comfort allows you to harmonize with other rhythms of life. The drum speaks of allowing yourself to be supported by Mother Earth's heartbeat. In all cases, rhythm is the key. Become aware of all rhythms and see how yours fits in. If it feels right, you become the music, and the dance you are dancing becomes the celebration of life. So that's a good reminder. Okay, that is the lesson on the female side. So we have talking stick, viewpoints and options. On the male side, drum, rhythm, internal timing. On the female side, and I feel like I am trying to get back into my internal timing. I'm trying to get grounded again after, living in different places and, experiencing different ways of living. And I'm beginning to realize, what works for me and what doesn't. And, allow myself to come back into that internal timing rhythm and know that it's okay for me to have my own viewpoints and options, as long as I'm trying to be open-minded about listening to what other people's viewpoints and options are. I can learn a lesson from the difficult experiences that I've gone through. So the third card is the challenge found in the lesson of your male side. So counting coop, victory. That's the challenge found on the male side. Excuse me. To know that I have honored my words with my deeds, sweet victory is shared by all. In filling others' needs, humankind rejoices. The prize of counting coop, harmony and balance, a peaceful world anew. Anger and hatred begins to grow on all sides, tribe against tribe, Indian against white. The act of counting coop had been soiled, and the honor normally between warriors and soldiers had been cast aside. In the original meaning, counting coop had been an act of victory. A warrior would steal something from a brave he had bested to show how strong his medicine was against his rivals. This practice varied among tribes. Members of the warrior clan among the Plains Indians often had a coop staff or stick, much like a shepherd's crook, that was placed inside the lodge and carried the reminder of the personal victories. The war cry has been shouted and victory is assured if you have received the counting coop card. You are being put on notice that a personal victory is in the works. You may have overcome a long-time challenge or conquered an opponent. So now it is time to share your victory with others. Whether the victory is one of a spiritual nature or of winning a lottery ticket makes no difference. You are to honor yourself at this time and be grateful for this blessing. Counting coop represents the success of forward movement and the acknowledgement of right action. You have been true to yourself and are being rewarded for staying on the sacred path. Congratulations. Victory is sweet, but sweeter still when the spoils are shared with those you care for. Share the joy of your counting coop with those who want to see you winning. Remember, warriors who counted coop always took care of the widowed, aged, and feeble. The material victories shared bring further honor, providing another coop feather for those willing to give away. So that is the lesson that the male side, or masculine energy, is learning now, is victory of viewpoints and options. That's the lesson. Victory counting coop. That's the lesson that the masculine side is learning. And then the feminine side lesson is storyteller. You can see all the little kids or people like climbed up on top of this little doll. Expansion. The third card is the challenge found in the lesson on your, or I'm sorry, the fourth card is the on the female side, excuse me. Expansion and storytelling. So basically, I'm telling my story, and sharing my journey with you. So the feminine side is learning an internal rhythm and timing, and the lesson is a storyteller and expansion. Sing to me, O ancient ones, of the history of our race, that I may see in my mind the love in every face, and every spirit that came before, the medicine that they made, the sacred tradition they passed to me, so the memory will not fade. O storyteller, be my bridge to those other times, so I may walk in beauty with the ancient rhythm and rhyme. The storytellers of Native America are the guardians of our history and our sacred traditions. They ensure the future expansion of our children will bring to the earth by keeping our ancient knowledge alive. Storytellers traveled among the bands and tribes of various nations carrying news of events that affected the whole. The storyteller would recount the events of other camps at the communal fire after dinner. The storyteller would then tell of brave deeds, coups that had been counted on enemy, and a medicine dream that prophesied coming events, medicine stories that kept tradition alive, or the latest news of births and deaths. The storyteller card speaks of expansion on all levels. You are now growing and encompassing many new ideas if you, excuse me, have received this card. See which area of expansion needs your attention and feed your personal fire and creation. Excuse me. Create more and enjoy the expansion knowing you earned it. Note that the expansion will continue if you are willing to share how you achieved your success with others. Many lives are influenced by another's story. In the good fortune of your present situation, you may be instrumental in encouraging others. In all cases, expansion occurs when people are allowed to grow at their own rate and with their own understanding. The wisdom of the storyteller is a part of the art of remembering. Note that you are now remembering your personal medicine and how to be your potential. And I am expanding. I am sharing my story with all of you. Because the way that I am trying to keep my sanity and grow spiritually is through using these cards as my tool and sharing this journey that I'm experiencing with you, and having no fear about being seen, and expressing myself, and sharing that with others through storytelling, and knowing that I have achieved victory and my viewpoints do matter. But sometimes I do create self created tunnels and get stubborn in my ways. And I have to be mindful of that and know that it's okay to come into my knowing through my own internal rhythm and timing, and to be more gentle on myself. And I am receiving victory over, past patterns and cycles that were negative. And I am trying to cut out the relationships and people in my life that, no longer serve my greater good, or that don't have my best interest at heart. And sometimes that's hard to walk away from people that you love, and and send them love through distance healing, and take care of myself, because if I don't take care of me, then I cannot spread that love and what I'm learning, and share that with other people, because I won't have anything to give. So I'm remembering to take care of myself, and tell my story on how I'm doing that, and share that with others, walk with people out in nature, share what helped me get through the challenging times that some of my friends are going through, without trying to be a know it all, or have some sort of superiority over anybody, and know that they're telling their story too, and that their viewpoints and options, whatever helped them learn may help me, and I take what I need and I leave the rest. And the fifth card is the uh, assistance receiving from the grandfathers, grandmothers while I learn these lessons. And that is the hour of power, the ritual of joy. So if I'm able to learn these lessons, be mindful of that, share my journey with others, I can continue to expand, and I am joyous. I feel happy. I feel happy, joyous, and free about how I'm continuing to grow happiness within myself, and sharing how I'm getting there with friends. you know, and I have to make sure that it comes from a genuine loving place, because I don't want it to come off as ego, you know, based, and like I'm full of myself, and because that's just not attractive, you know. And I know that I've been that way in my past, but I try to be mindful of that, that sometimes I can come off that way. And you know, I have victory over that because I am aware of it, and I'm trying to do something about it. So, the hour of power is about our own internal timing, and that they're on 12-hour cycles. And you know, my hour of power. Sometimes it changes based on how I'm feeling energetically, or you know, the energy that I've been around, and you know, whether or not I'm taking care of my etheric being, and you know, transmuting that negative energy that I tend to absorb from others, that are struggling on their path. And sometimes I'm struggling on my path, and I have a hard time transmuting my own negative crap. So if I'm successful on that, doing that every day, and look to the positive and enjoy my hour of power. Right now, this is my hour of power, because I'm self loving by doing these cards, and reaching out to the spirit world, and learning my teaching. You know, through reading this book, and the ancient teachings that I've learned through using these Native American tarot card tools, and walking a sacred path. And you know, even when I make mistakes, I try to admit that to myself, and talk to the spirit world, and you know, keep trudging along, because spirit doesn't care that we're not perfect. It's about if we continue on this journey, and try to right our wrongs, and become more aware, and come into our knowing in a gentle manner. You know, I kind of grew up in a I don't know, challenging home, where it was a little bit dictatory, and you know, gruff, and you do what you're told. And you know, so I've kind of carried that over in my conditioning, as an adult. And I've been too hard on myself at times, you know. And sometimes I just need to lighten up and take a break, and go take a walk in nature, do some meditation, use healthy distractions. Um, when I feel emotionally reactive, I just usually have to get away from people, and go walk in nature, and remind myself of, you know, the Great Spirit's beauty and Great Mysteries beauty that is created out here, and how lucky I am to be able to breathe fresh air, and be walking the sacred path, and still be alive after the difficult journeys that I've had, you know, trying to learn who I am. And you know, walking the sacred path isn't always easy. It's challenging at times. And, you know, I don't feel joyful all the time, but I do try to seek out some sort of joy every day, something that makes me feel happy, you know. And it's not necessarily, you know, looking towards another person to make me happy. It's, I have to go within in order to make myself happy, in order to share joy with other people in my life. And that's an inside job. So, you know, the gift can be accepted or and received, or ignored by you. And sometimes it comes through all different things: animals, people, signs, numbers. And in accepting this gift of wisdom, you're giving yourself a way to overcome the challenges set in your path by your male and female sides. It's time to face the growth movement inside of you, then move on to your next lesson of self discovery. And I feel like I am ready for my next lesson in self discovery. I'm tired of being stuck in those old patterns that, you know, keep me down. And, you know, those negative mental patterns, negative thought patterns, you know, that keep the wheel turning towards the negatory crap, that only bring more negatory crap in my life, you know. And I have a choice today to make a choice and doing something positive for myself. So I've spent my day cleaning my place, and doing laundry, and visited with my mom, and spoke to some friends. And now I'm doing this. I took a walk this morning in nature. I listened to some positive YouTube videos. You know, I listened to the solfeggio frequencies. and just positive people that are doing YouTube videos that I find helpful for me. And I'm grateful to try to be walking the best walk that I can while sharing my journey with you, because the thing is, if I'm not able to walk my talk, then my walk isn't sacred. So you know, while trying to be, you know, perfectly imperfect, sharing my joy and pain, but yet trying to focus on these positive things in order to help me grow through the pain, then it turns that pain into a gain. So I can learn the lessons from my past mistakes of choosing to be around, you know, unhealthy, abusive people, and learn that lesson and know that I have to seek out other healthy females within my life and groups that can help me grow spiritually, mentally, emotionally, that can be a healthy support system for me. So I'm grateful to know that today, and I'm trying to take action on that. I'm struggling with COVID, and, you know, I don't know. I've had some fear about connecting with new people, so I'm trying to face those fears. And, you know, I really want to enjoy the ritual of joy in my life. And I have gratitude that I am seeking that out, because I spent a lot of time in the darkness, in the shadows of addiction and mental illness. And it's not a place that I want to go back to. And so I'm trying to refocus on my path and recreate myself and allow myself to come into my own internal rhythm and timing, and listen to the viewpoints and others that are trying to help me and that they want to see me win, and listen to their stories and tell my story. And then we can both we can all have a ritual of joy and an hour of power and celebrate that together through sharing our stories with one another. So I'm grateful to be able to share that with you today, and I hope all of you can find this helpful in some way, shape, or form. Please like, subscribe, and share, and leave some comments, and let me know how I can better my channel. Thank you for tuning in. Peace. Mother Lover out.